G'day everyone, welcome back to the JumpX podcast, episode 57. Here with
Yeah, let's get it, brother.
Austin
Yeah,
and
what's up? What's up?
yeah, the best 16-year-old dunker in the world. Would you say that?
Mm,
Up there?
highest jumping under best dunker under 6 foot. We'll say that because there's some 6'7" dudes,
True.
but yeah, I'll take that.
That's
Yeah,
yeah.
no, that's fair. I think that's fair. So I guess the first thing I'm gonna jump into, we're talking off air, we're talking about accents and stuff. So what we're gonna do, Dylan's gonna do the best Aussie accent, and then we're gonna do our
Nah,
best
you gotta go.
American accents.
You gotta go first.
All right, I'll go first.
What are we
Uh,
trying to say though?
I'm
I'm gonna
gonna I'm gonna pretend I'm going to the drive-through. So we call it Hungry Jack's, but it's called Burger King. All right, so I'm rocking up to Burger King, man, and hey there, I just want a Whopper.
wafer.
All right, that's my best. That's my best. That's all I got, man. That's all I got.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I never been to Australia, so I don't know like anything about that. So
Yeah.
hmm, what am I what am I
I
even
don't know.
supposed
I
to
don't
say?
know if you've got Whoppers there, but yeah.
Huh?
Do you even have Whoppers there? Is
Whoppers?
that a thing?
Yeah. I mean, some people call them that. Not everyone calls them that, but I
Oh,
think
fair
I
enough.
think that is Burger King's thing though. That's what they call them at Burger King. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
All
Hungry
right.
Jack's is basically.
Tom's gonna go.
Hmm?
is it?
Tom's gonna go.
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fuck, what do I say?
You just gotta let it live.
I was
You just gotta
gonna yap a
go.
bit. Yeah. Yeah, you
Yeah.
goddamn fucking Australian kangaroo fucking Vegemite eating motherfuckers.
Yeah, that was actually not bad. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
I don't even know. I don't even know how to say this. I'm gonna get canceled.
Say chuck a shrimp on the barbie, even though we don't actually say that, but that's like the typical one everyone knows about. I'm
Yeah, think about it. Chuck a shrimp on the bobby.
not sure, right?
Uh,
Uh,
yeah,
dang.
yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Do you know? Oh, yeah, do you know actually what we call shrimp?
No.
We call them prawns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure. Yeah. No. Yeah, they are called prawns.
Yeah.
We call them shrimp. So, but yeah, it's funny. It's funny. It's funny actually coming to America though, because I find myself because you guys have such a strong accent. I find myself by the end of it saying some words in an American way.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know if you find that as well, Tom. Like, um, it's a contagious accent.
Yeah. You know, there's actually like the studies on this, like UK accent and American accent. They're like called, I think they're called dominant accents. So if we
Yeah,
were to go move over to America, it'd be very easy for us to start talking like an American. Whereas if Dylan came and lived in Australia, he probably wouldn't get an Australian accent because it's a weaker accent. You only really get an Aussie accent if you grew up here your whole life.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
but yeah. Anyways, so Dylan, you've been going pretty crazy recently, to say the least. Like, you're
Yeah.
hitting some stuff that's unheard of for your age. So I guess some people might not know who you are listening. So I guess fill everyone in terms of like your background and everything.
Yeah. So basically, um, I just make videos for Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that. Been doing it for quite a while. Started posting stuff when I was around 13 years old. Met some people through the dunk community, through dunk camp, and yeah, I just fell in love with dunking. So I've been working on low rims for a long time, and just recently in the last like year or two, started building up to dunking pretty good on 10 feet, and just yeah, just hoping to keep expanding my dunk bag this year.
Yeah, 100%. because you're 16 right now, obviously, right?
Yep.
And you hit well, you hit your first East Bay when you were 15, and then
2 days before I turned 16. Yeah.
yeah, which is kind of
Last
insane.
chance I had to go for it.
Mm.
Pardon?
It was like my last chance to hit it and to be able to stay hitting East Bay when I was 15. So kind of had to hit it that day.
Bro,
But
That's stupid to even say.
so to say the
yeah,
least, you perform under pressure.
definitely.
Yeah,
But also just happened to have like a crazy group session that day. So that was the highest adrenaline I've ever felt for sure. Especially because Hunter would like hitting under both like right before that, bro. If you so all right,
yeah,
I'll just give a little background on the session. Right. So basically me and Hunter dunked in September, right? And we both had probably our highest jumping day ever. And he randomly got super close to under both. Like he had like never tried it before and he basically back rimmed it that day. And I had not really been close to East Bang at all since like June. I just had like one randomly super close attempt at camp, and then I wasn't close. And then in September we both were like super close to these dunks, right? So then kind of like leading up to that October session, we were both basically just like preparing to like hit those dunks. We are just like talking about it a ton. Like I'm gonna hit East Bay, you're gonna hit under both, same session. It's gonna be crazy. So then it is really funny to watch. Like if you watch um the full YouTube video, you'll see like if I hit a dunk, Hunter is probably going to make his next dunk, right? So like in the video, obviously Hunter's a bit better than me. So like when we were warming up and he was warming up to hit an East Bay and I was warming up to hit a windmill, like as soon as he hit an East Bay and I had been like missing windmills, as soon as I saw him hit that East Bay, I went and hit my windmill like right away. Or when I was trying to hit 360 windmill and he was trying to hit under both, when I hit my 360 windmill, as soon as I hit that, like his next attempt at under both, he freaking punched it. So it was just like back and forth. And then as soon as I saw him hit that under both, I was like, "Oh, it's time to start trying that East Bay." And then it took like 4 or 5 tries. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so
it's
you're
pretty funny to
feeding off
watch.
each other's energy.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's cool. Do you remember like that time period? Like, what did you say it was September?
Our first session together was in September, but the
The under
East Bay
both
was in
one, the under both and East Bay one. Where was that?
that was October. That was like
Okay.
mid to late October.
Do you remember there was that time period, like when that under both session happened, where like I saw like four people hit their first under both. It was like me,
You
um,
hit it first, and then
like
Hunter hit it the day after.
then Dan
Um,
and Dunks. Do you know Dan?
Dan hit his. Yeah, I think he hit. It was probably only like 2 days after Hunter hit it. So yeah, it was like all in the same week, bro.
Yeah, three people hit it.
October was an insane month for dunking. Like so many people hit crazy stuff that month.
People progressed a lot in October for sure.
Yeah.
I think that session with Hunter is going to be like, when you look back in like 5 years, that's going to be like such a standout session, like a
That was a
historical
yeah,
session
that was a real like turning point, bro. Like
for sure.
basically every single dunk I had ever hit, I hit in that session, and then added 5 more. Like didn't even make sense. It was so insane.
yeah. I think the word, like Tom, you always use that word. It's like a breakout session.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm in need of one.
Hey,
I said I'm in need of one.
yeah, but yeah,
Uh,
um, it's like always amazing when you have those breakout sessions because it just opens up your mind and um opens up so many
Yeah.
opportunities for the future. So
even just
yeah,
like
Yeah, it's a
when you
huge confidence.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like like after hitting a dunk that you've been trying to hit for so long, like it's like now you like know that you can make it, you know? So it's like so much
it's
easier to make
like
it.
it's like yeah, bro. It's like such a crazy feeling. Like obviously all the dunkers know the feeling, but it's like it's just like the feeling, man. Like the feeling when you're trying to do something and you're trying so hard for so long and you're failing for so long, and then you finally achieve it. It's like there's like no other feeling like it. Like the feeling's like
Yeah.
insane. Like the endorphins, like dopamine, everything you get from that is crazy. And I know for myself when I've had times where I felt like that. Like the feeling lasts for like days.
Exactly, yeah.
You
It's
can't
super,
fake it.
it's a super addicting feeling too. Like, you know,
Yeah.
once you kind of start and you start seeing like little goals be hit, like you just can't, it's hard to stop. And so a lot of people that don't start like never get those feelings. So I feel like those are kind of the people who like people who like never hit like those little goals, like whether it's dunking on low rims and like, you know, oh, I hit my first between the legs on 8 feet, you know, like it's just like the small things that really make you want to keep going. And some people don't really
Yeah.
go for
Mm.
those small things. They're just like, I just want to dunk right now. And they'll
Yeah.
never really, they'll
That's
just
like,
give up.
bro, that's like such a key point right there. That's
Mhm.
like why we tell people that aren't dunking right now to low rim for like that exact reason. Because, you're gonna get that rather than just going 6 months and not dunking, you're gonna go 6 months and see your progression on the low rim. And you're gonna get that feeling and you're gonna progress so much faster because you're enjoying it, you're more motivated, and you can see the progress more. And do you feel like that was like a big driver behind you progressing so fast?
Definitely. So when I was 13 years old, I was like for a few months, I was like super obsessed, like trying to dunk on 10 feet, you know, and it just was not working. Like, you know, I'd just go to the gym, try to dunk on 10 feet, and I was like probably decently close, but it was just like it gets frustrating after a certain amount of time. It's like, you know, oh my gosh, am I ever gonna hit this, you know? And
Yeah.
then I took a few months and just low rimmed and just had fun with it. And I was jumping like a lot. And then randomly I came back to dunking on 10 feet a bit. And it was like immediate. Like I was just jumping so much higher and I got my first dunk like pretty quick after taking that just like low rim break. So that's what I
Yeah.
always tell people. Like if you can't dunk right now, there's really no reason to just like go and miss for hours a day. It's demotivating, you know. It's a lot more fun to go hit dunks on low rims.
We actually have a similar story. Do you know Stevie Dunks from Melbourne?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yes.
do.
We were calling him the other day, and he was telling us that when he there was a point in his life where he couldn't dunk on 10 feet, like he was back
Mhm.
and he couldn't dunk on 10 feet, and then he didn't dunk on
Yeah.
10 feet for like months, and he was just low rimming, like 8 foot, 8.5, 9 foot, and then the first
Mhm.
session back on 10 feet, he was going for windmills.
Yeah,
So
it's crazy.
kind of like what you were just saying there, like even if you it's jumping at the end of the day, you're still practicing jumping.
Yeah.
Do you know do you know who else has a story like that? Donovan Hawkins. He has a story like that as well.
Oh
You
yeah,
low rim?
Yeah, he just low rim for like ages, like I don't know. And then he all of a sudden he went to the full height rim and then was just hitting dunks on that super easily after
there's
not
a low
dunking
room
like
for him like
dunking for ages.
9/11.
Hey?
A low room for Donovan
Probably.
is just 9/11. You jump so high.
Yeah.
Didn't wasn't he dunking on like 10 foot and a quarter or something at Texas? He hit like a backboard under both.
Right.
Pretty sure that's what happened.
Yeah. Mm.
Bro, like
Also,
imagine
Mm. Mm.
like do you reckon that dunk would get a 50 in the NBA dunk contest?
They have to.
I mean, I feel like you'd have to, but I feel like a lot of the judges don't know what they're doing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. They don't value real like skill a lot of the time. They just value like creativity, but it's like anyone in the contest. I don't know if you guys saw Jalen jump over Kai Snat or whatever.
Mm.
Like anyone in the contest could do that. They're
Yeah.
just like, oh, it was creative. Like it really was not that creative.
Yeah.
Um, but Jacob Toppin did that 360 between the legs two hand finish, and he lost. Like, how do you lose doing that, bro? It makes
Wasn't
no
that an
sense.
wasn't that an inverter? Wasn't it an inverter?
I think it was just a 360 like reverse between the legs, like what Kilgannon did at camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I
I'm
saw
pretty
that.
sure it was either that or a J Rich. I don't think it was an inverter, but I'm no, it was yeah, it was just a 360 reverse
History in
two-hand
my head.
finish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I was
But
definitely thinking about
I was talking. Y'all
you.
know Chuck, right?
Yeah.
Y'all know Chuck, bro. I was talking to him. I wasn't even like asking him to like know what he's obviously the NBA dunk coach for people listening that don't know, but he coached Jacob Toppin and he just like does um practice sessions with all the NBA dunkers before the contest. And bro, he showed me the dunk that Jacob Toppin was gonna do in the finals. Like it was literally the best dunk I've ever seen. Like it competes with Kamikaze, bro.
Really?
I'm not.
Make it,
I
yeah.
might tell you. I might tell y'all off camera, but I'm not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Not
no,
supposed
yeah.
to. That
Um,
it was insane. I don't understand. Like I'm actually like I was already mad that he didn't make it to the finals, but after knowing that that's what he was gonna do on national television, I was like, oh my gosh, he just got screwed out of the best dunking contest history. It was
yeah.
painful to watch.
What do you think about? Well, this is kind of for both of you, but what do you think about eventually bringing in pro dunkers? Because I was thinking about this the other day. That'd be good, but imagine if they did it in like 5, 10 years. Because I feel like if they don't do it soon, they're gonna get robbed of having the opportunity of getting people like Isaiah, Jay Clark, Kilgannon. Because if they do it in 10 years, everyone's gonna be way old by then. So if they're gonna do it, they should do it now.
There is gonna
Especially
be,
Phil Cannon.
there will be, yeah. I mean, the real ones that'll be out in 5 to 10 years are not out, but like, you know, not as good as they are right now. It's probably just Kilgannon and Jay Clark.
Oh
I
yeah,
think if Isaiah can train properly, he should be fine in 5 years. 10 years might be pushing it, but I think he might even be fine after 10 years. You know, and
mm,
especially with everything that we're learning about jump training too, like it is totally possible for someone to dunk like good until they're like 40 almost. I mean, it really that part might be a little bit decided by genetics, but with perfect training, I mean, who knows?
bro, we'll have to see. I feel like Jordan and Jay Clark are like the first run-throughs of this because they're at that
Yeah,
age where we know all this information. So
And
yeah.
also, I guess, I guess Chris Staples as well, but I know he doesn't train in the same way they do. That's all.
Yeah, I think Chris is kind of starting to slow down a bit, like purposefully. I think he's just not. I have no idea, but from what I've seen, he just like doesn't look like he's trying anymore. He's still like so elite though. Doesn't even make sense. But pro dunkers in the NBA dunk contest. I actually I mean I love that idea. Obviously, I want to promote the dunk community itself as much as possible, but I just don't. I think we'd have to like actually figure out like a way to do it that keeps like NBA players involved because it's like the NBA dunk contest,
mhm.
but at the same time, like we want to also show pro dunkers on a national stage, obviously. So I feel um like just doing pro dunkers would kind of take away from it being like an NBA dunk contest, but at the same time, pro dunkers are better in most situations. So I do really want to see that. And I've heard a lot of ideas like the one that they're like NBA players versus pro dunkers, but then also NBA players have nothing to gain by doing that. Like if they win, people would say like, "Oh, well, you're an NBA player. Obviously, you should beat a random LA Fitness dunker," because people, whatever, don't value pro dunking as much. But if they lose, people are like, "Oh, you lost to a, YouTube dunker." Like that, people just would find a way to make fun of NBA players no matter the outcome. So I don't think they'd be willing to do that really.
Bro, I swear that's a similar thing to the Steph and Sabrina thing. It's like Steph didn't really have too much to gain either way. Because
Yeah.
if he wins, it's like, well, it's Steph Curry, you know?
Yeah, I think Sabrina did have quite a bit to gain though.
Mm.
I do think that definitely promoted women's basketball quite a bit because she scored
She's
the
crazy.
same amount. She is crazy.
That's
She scored the same amount as a lot of the guys did in like the normal 3-point contest.
yeah,
Um,
she
I
shoots.
was actually watching her Instagram followers, like, because I wanted to see how much it would go up, and I think she gained like 300,000 or something. She was at like 900 or like 800,000. Now she's at like 1.1 million. It was actually such a boost. That was crazy.
That's insane.
Well, the thing that makes sport fun to watch is like the rivalries, right? That's what makes it
Yeah,
like fun to watch, you know? So, and that's when the dunk competition was one of the most fun times to watch. The NBA dunk competition was like the Zach LaVine and
exactly. Me,
Aaron Gordon
Aaron
rivalry,
Gordon.
right? So the thing that would easily just pick the comp up straight away, you know, if it's going to go how it's going, is just having a rival for Mac McClung, you know, someone that can just go
Yeah,
head to head.
I feel like Jacob Toppin could have been that dude though, bro. They screwed him over. I
Yeah,
mean, I understand that the NBA wanted to see an all-star do well, but he's
because
Jalen Brown is simply not good enough to
what
do
makes
well,
people
man.
better? Like the competition makes people better. It's gonna make Mac
Yeah,
bring
like
it
bro,
back more, make him try
Mac,
crazier
Mac
shit.
looked like he barely tried. Like he like
Yeah.
would double up X, bro. Like I could do that. I could have literally done like I was like watching and I was like, bro, I can literally do like a quarter of these dunks. What the heck?
Right, that's actually insane. That's actually insane to like watch the NBA dunk contest and just be like, yeah, bro, I can do that. At
It's it's a
16.
weird feeling, but it's also been the first year that I can ever say that. So I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like when you're watching NBA dunk contest, you're always watching from below, like, oh yeah, these guys are, gods. Like you look up to them the whole time. It's like, yeah, that's insane. But it's like, when you're like looking at it and you're like, oh, I can do these dunks. Like, how does that feel?
but even like not even just like knowing that I can do some of them, but like going to dunk camp and watching like Kilgan jump, Isaiah jump, Jay Clark, 1 foot God, like just thinking about like those guys jumping while watching that, or like having like seen that in person and then watching that is just like, come on, dude. Like I want to see these guys, not Jalen Brown. It's so
Yeah,
disappointing.
yeah,
I
yeah,
do feel like, yeah, like what you were saying about rivalries, like Mac like basically didn't even try because he had nothing to go against. Like
yeah.
Jalen Brown did a left hand double up. Like it's not hard to beat that, especially for someone like Mac. So I feel like he could have done way better if he had real competition in the finals.
But what do you think
Jacob,
Matt's deepest like or hardest dunk he can do or has done? What do you reckon it is?
I've seen him do Max 6'2", I believe, same height as Isaiah. Um, I've seen him do 360 behind the back off dribble.
Yes.
Um, I've seen him do under both off lob before. That's basically it, bro. Like I haven't. The thing is, a lot of the NBA guys like don't post their dunks because, especially him, like he wants to like not post stuff so that he doesn't like reveal what he's gonna do in the contest, basically. So it's like a surprise. So I don't really know. I'm sure Matt can do some pretty crazy stuff that we haven't seen.
Bro,
I wonder what his
I feel like he's in the top five list for people who could hit the bounce dunk. Because I don't know if you've seen that clip at PJF's facility.
that one was really close. Yeah.
Mm.
Um, I do feel like I think Isaiah, if he like dedicated his life to it, could probably get close. Um, I don't know. Hamilton either looks really good or like really bad at it. I don't know. It really depends on the session for him, but I feel like he's up there for sure. Um, Donovan's up there.
Mm.
His attempts actually have looked pretty. Oh, and Dan. I think Dan's probably the highest, in my opinion. I don't know. His attempts just look the best to me.
And you can't rule out Jordan. Like I've so like Jordan's the kind of guy that just like on a random like Thursday who just posts, oh yeah, by the way guys, just hit the bounce dunk. And you're like, didn't even know
I
you've done
mean, if I do think he definitely could do it, but I don't know if it's worth his time at this point in his career.
it. He's got one other dunk he
I
needs
do.
to do.
I know he's been really close at that. So I would love to see him hit that before he officially starts winning, which could be another 3, 5 years. Never know, but I really want to see him hit that this year for sure.
Yeah. Just thinking about that dunk, man. Like, it's stupid.
Makes no sense.
By the way, we're talking about
I,
360 double between the legs for people who are like, what are they talking about?
I can't even do that on 7.5, bro. And I'd consider myself like pretty good on low rims. I can't even do that on 7.5. It's crazy.
Well,
People were like,
you can't low rim that dunk because you actually have to be in the air a certain amount of time to actually be able to do the motion,
you have
right?
to you have to jump like 40 plus inches just to do that. Probably like 45. Like I don't even jump high enough to do that in the air. Makes no sense. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, fuck. Yeah.
It'll
That's
go down within the next 5 years, I'm gonna say, in my opinion.
by anyone or by Jordan?
But anyone, if anyone's gonna hit it, it'll be the first person's gonna hit it within 5 years, is my prediction.
And it'll be either SJ or Jordan. I
honestly,
don't
it's just
think
insane. It's just
Yeah.
insane.
Or something like
unless someone random shows up. Yeah. Otherwise, it's gonna be
guy
Isaiah or
spawns in
Jordan.
from like South Sudan and hits like a triple between the legs. He's 7'5" with it, 8'5" wingspan.
I have always wondered like I always wonder like what are the clips that we haven't seen, like stuff that didn't get recorded from just like random foreign countries. Like I wonder what like the freakiest dunks were that like just happened to not be on the video.
It's like,
I'm
yeah,
sure there's some stuff on there that would be like top five all time. We just haven't seen.
yeah, yeah. Because even if someone hit that dunk and then they told you, like, no one would believe them because it wasn't filmed.
Mhm.
No. Like,
So,
bro, somebody could probably hit the bounce dunk and like literally no one would believe them because that dunk is doable. It's like it's possible, but it's like one in a billion. You know, it's like it's not the odds are not even fathomable. Like
Mhm.
you'd have to get so lucky, but also like it's such a skilled dunk too. It's hard to even think about.
Exton must be super lucky because he's done it twice.
Yeah, I mean that's what you can do, and you can dunk on 14 feet. So
Yeah, but yeah, true. No, I was gonna say that. Say no one hits it in like the next 5, 10 years, you would definitely be one of the guys that would start going for it, right? Say you're like Dylan in 10 years. There's no way you're not going for a double between the legs. You know what I mean?
oh, in 10 years, yeah, probably in 10 years.
26,
Um,
25, 26.
as long as you're not in season,
What do you mean?
maybe
No,
in
bro. As
season.
soon,
He's
as soon as
done.
I'm out of high school,
Huh?
no more basketball after high school, bro.
Yeah,
I used to want to play college, but that's not happening.
yeah.
It's probably a terrible mindset to have, but I'm basically just like I know that I could play college basketball, but like playing Division 2, Division 3 basketball just does not seem like it's worth my time because it would be fun, but I feel like I'm like basically like putting myself behind. Like, first of all, I'm not going to make the NBA. So that means I'm not going to make any money playing basketball. So I feel like I'm like wasting time that I could be spending dunking and making money and like actually like building my brand and whatever. Where instead I'd just be like playing for a D2 school just to continue my, hoop dreams, which are never going to happen. So I don't know.
I mean,
Well,
you're already making
people,
money on social media and you're 16 years old, and like your potential to make money and grow on social media is just like untapped as. So,
I'm
as a limit.
not gonna release my earnings, but
Well, no, no.
I'm pretty excited for next few years because I think I'll make this real thing very soon.
Dylan Hagen earnings check? Question mark.
Oh, no one's got to know yet, but
well,
I
yeah.
am, bro. I'm doing so much right now. Um, like when I think about how much like content I just produce, it's like I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot even believe that I'm doing school basketball, dunking, lifting, and I'm producing this much content.
And don't you have a girlfriend as well? I swear you have a girlfriend.
Yeah, dude.
Right. You're like so
I'm
much going on. That's crazy.
I keep myself pretty busy. Sometimes a little too busy. But yeah, I mean it'll all be worth it. I mean, I'd rather waste my life when I'm in high school than like, have to catch up when I'm like rather I'd rather, you know, build up things while I'm young so that I'd like can just chill when I'm 30. No, I don't wanna have to be working super hard. I want to actually have like something built so that I can like just live off of that and just continue doing what I'm doing. Not have to always be trying to make extra money and stuff. So I have
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna actually ask you, like, do you sometimes find it hard trying to, like, say you're at school and stuff and you're trying to talk to your peers and your friends? Do you find it hard, like, trying to relate to them a little bit? Because from what I've heard and from what, like, the way you talk and stuff, I feel like you're a little bit ahead of your age. So, like, when all your classmates and stuff are complaining about certain issues in their life or just talking about all the stuff they're going through, it's a little bit hard to relate sometimes because I would say, yeah, you're very ahead maturity wise. It's like where you're going.
um yeah, I mean, I would say I'm pretty mature for my age, and I do a lot of things that a lot of people don't really do, but
Mhm.
um most people my age just don't really take it seriously, you know. So like, you know, like if I, talk to them about like what I'm doing or whatever, I think it's more like they don't relate to me, right? So like
Right.
obviously everyone like experiences stuff. Like I go through hard stuff or whatever. So I feel like I can relate to other people more than they can relate to me. So like it's not like I don't relate to them, it's just that they don't understand some things that I'm doing and they don't really take it seriously because, like managing a lot of stuff at once is something that not a lot of people um have an opportunity to do or have the patience to do. So I feel like um they just like because they don't have going, they don't have like what I have, they just more like just don't take it seriously and just try to like make it sound like it's dumb basically. But I'm not worried. I'd say I'm doing pretty good right now and I'm setting myself up pretty well for the future.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing I wanted to say as well is like going back to like basketball and you know all that. You've been getting offers from other teams, right? Just because they've seen you dunk,
Yeah,
aim,
yeah.
and they've seen you dunk, right?
Yeah, so I mean, for the summer basketball called AAU, I've had probably six-ish teams reach out to me.
Crazy.
Um, some that were like actually good and some that were, just okay. But yeah. For the people that don't know, I'm not doing AAU this year. I'm just taking it off to get strong as possible and then come back and be, I'm a lot of people at my school specifically that like heard that like I'm not doing AAU just think that I'm like, done with basketball. I'm not done with basketball. I'm just like prioritizing other aspects, right? I'm prioritizing my body, and then I'm gonna also obviously practice basketball, and I'm gonna be, better than ever in November when basketball actually starts. But yeah, I'm just not gonna do it this summer. So yeah, but most of those offers or those like teams considering me to play for them are basically just for my dunk videos, and they don't even really see my actual highlights. But it's
So
pretty
Right.
funny.
I
that's
reckon.
kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Like that's just the point I wanted to prove. Like a lot of players don't realize one of the easiest way to stand out is just be athletic and hit dunks, you know, because it's
Yeah,
like it's not um like that common, you know, for people to be dunking as people think. So that when you can hit good dunks and you can jump higher,
I do think.
it's such an easy way to
Yeah,
stand
a lot of people do think it is common now, just because social media messes with people so much. Like, I'll go and I'll post a video on TikTok, and people will be like, you're windmilling and you're 16. Like every 16-year-old can windmill. I'm like, I don't know. Like, there's not a single other 16-year-old at my school that can windmill. Actually, one person. He's 6'9" or like 6'8" or something.
Yeah. So.
And he just recently started. Um, still very impressive that he's coordinated enough at 6'9" to do that. But it's like if you go around every single school, my school has 2,000 kids, and there's two people that are 16 years old and can windmill. So it's like if you go around and you really like think about like how many people at each school can actually like do some of this stuff, it's like it's very low. It's just that you're only seeing the people that can do it. Like you don't see a kid on social media that can't windmill trying to windmill. right? So it's like a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
people are just like, oh, it's common because I saw this guy do it, it's
yeah.
just not
Yeah.
what it is. So
And that's like you living in the US, right? In Australia, that's like exaggerated. It's even more of a rarity, you know? Or so like someone around your age or even our age or fully grown to be hitting windmills in Australia as well. But a lot of people's just perspectives get warped because of
yeah,
social media or they're seeing all these crazy guys. Um, and like, people start comparing themselves and then, you know, it's just like you just go down this crazy rabbit hole where your perspective is just completely like thrown off, and you're like, what is actually reality and what's social media is so different. Like one of our athletes the other day was like arguing with me saying that he didn't think a 43-inch vertical is elite, right? But like just think like times
yeah.
like how many times like just
People
you'll
you
go
know
to
that
a
have a
bus
40.
now. Huh?
How many times you go to a gym and see someone jump with 43-inch vert? Like
Yeah,
Mm.
basically never.
yeah.
I've literally the only time I've seen um people jump that high is Gideon, very rare case. Hunter, and Hunter, I knew him before and he drove 6 hours to come here. So it's like doesn't really count, Like I've never just like randomly encountered someone
Yeah.
that
I've never encountered someone just at a random rec center jumping over 43. No way.
I don't even think I've seen anyone jump over like 38. Maybe
That's
like one person. It's not common at all.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
Like just think,
To
yeah.
find someone that jumps that high, you have to like actually be looking for them. Like you have to like reach out to them in advance. Like very few people will get the opportunity to see that. Like sure, like Gideon's in college, right? It's like he'll pull up to a gym and 5'9" East Bay randomly. Like that is like, but people will see that and they'll just be like, oh, I saw that on social media like 10 minutes ago. But it's like that doesn't happen, bro. 5'9" people do not East Bay off the dribble. It does not make any sense. So
Yeah.
yeah, it definitely messes with a lot of people and it takes credit away from where it's due. Like Gideon should be getting crazy credit, but when I go to the gym with him, not a single person like goes crazy. We were at the gym last week. He did a two-hand windmill off dribble, East Bay off dribble twice, and like everyone just looked at it like it was normal. Like you have never seen that, and just don't act like you've seen it before. Come on,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
That is
you
actually
know
insane. But it's like even people's perception of like, other athletes' verticals is kind of warped as well. Like we were talking about this a little bit last week, even in terms of NBA players. Like LeBron, right?
mhm.
His prime, maybe had a low 40s vert.
If we start
Right?
talking about NBA players verticals again, I'm gonna actually get mad. So
Yeah.
just it
That's
is
what
just
the viewers
crazy
want, bro.
how many people do not understand how verticals actually work, bro. Like, there's so many ways that people measure their verts that are just like so unfathomably wrong. Like, jump on a 40-inch box, that does not mean you have a 40-inch vert. Like, you hold your hand up this high and say you have a 6 foot reach and then touch. Like, people just eat so much, lie so much. And that also makes the thing is with social media, this can all be tied back to social media too, by the way. It's like with people with such high expectations because they saw somebody do something on social media, they go and they test their own vertical. Let's just say they test it the right way. And they're like, what? My vertical is only 30, only 25, like, and they see all these people with 45, 50-inch verts. Then they're like, oh, well, I'll just cheat it because I don't want to seem like I suck. So I'll just cheat my reach, cheat my vert, and like make it seem like I have a much higher vertical. It's just like a never ending cycle with people just like lying and lying and lying just to try to like look like they're good at something. It's like it makes everything pointless. Like if everyone's not being honest. So especially in the dunk community, like you see people, you know, like not be honest about their height or their reach or their vert just because they like want to seem like they're a better dunker to everyone else. And like that's not the point of the dunk community. Like we're not here to show off to each other. Like we're here to like show each other support and all grow together and all be the best dunker possible. So like if you're lying about a rim height, like it might be like cool and fun for a video or whatever. Like you might get some likes, but let's just say you do an insane dunk on like 9'8", then you get invited to a dunk contest and are expected to do that same dunk. You're not gonna do it. Like it's not gonna happen. So like it's just it completely defeats the point of the dunk community when people lie about stuff. Yeah,
It's
it's
always
just
going to
like
happen though. There's always going to be someone who tries to like
yeah, definitely.
make the top, but
It's not
still,
it's not avoidable, but
no.
it is definitely something that needs to be called out in some cases.
I think the
I don't
community
know how the
has
fuck.
got
I
better.
don't. I literally don't know how the fuck
Community
people
has
get away
gotten
with
better.
dunking on 9'8" and then people believing it because it just looks. It's so fucking. It's so low. Like
So obvious. It's so obvious
yeah,
when you've dunked on like legit 10 and dunked on 9'9", like looking at someone. Also, especially when you know the person, like that's what makes it like really hard to not call them out when like you know the person and you know how high they jump and you know the dunks that they can hit and then like they randomly like just have like an insane. Although I guess you could say the same thing about my October session, but it's like, that was actually like built up properly and we measured the rim and everything. So it's like, but when you see like people just like randomly have like a very suspicious like growth in vertical, like seemingly overnight, it's like, oh, this does not look good.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's true. Sometimes it's actually happens, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's like, I don't know.
I think we do a good job generally
I
knowing
think
who's legit and who
I
isn't.
think good job. I mean, especially dunk camp
Mhm.
helps the most, in my opinion. Like everyone comes together. So if you've been dunking on 9'8" the whole year and you come and you're like nowhere near what you thought you were, like it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, if you have been dunking on 9'8", the adrenaline might just put you up to dunking that on 10 feet. So I guess there's that too.
But at the same time, you should have your best session ever at dunk camp. Like your dunk camp should be a breakout session for like 99% of people, unless like you're injured or
Plus, yeah, I guess that was kind of my experience last year. I was just like
you went off, bro.
random. Yeah, but I felt terrible, bro. That's the thing. Like, imagine if I actually felt good. I probably could have East Bayed that day. Like, I like almost hit an East Bay, and I was like jumping probably 75%.
It was 9/11 rim as well, wasn't it? It was the one closest to the door.
Yeah, it was
same
kind
thing.
of sad
Same
we're
thing
not going
happened to
back to
me.
the same place.
The same thing
You say,
happened to me.
Austin?
I was saying the same thing happened to me. Like I back rim like one East Bay, and
You
yeah,
went for that one. Oh my gosh, was that on day 3?
yeah, that was the only day I felt like semi decent because we flew in on Sunday,
I think I
and
actually recorded you that day.
but yeah,
Yeah,
but the only reason like I even got close was because of adrenaline. Like if adrenaline
exactly.
wasn't there, I was jumping like I would have been jumping like
Adrenaline is a drug, bro. Adrenaline is a drug.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So like this while on the dunk camp topic, you're going to both dunk camps this year, right?
Sure. Um, Utah in June. Actually, bro, my summer schedule is kind of crazy right now. So next month, I actually don't know if I've told you guys this yet. Might have. I'm going to the Dominican Republic next month. I tell you that.
No.
Well, basically,
That's so
well,
random. Yeah.
I got like a break, so I'm going to the Dominican Republic for like a week. Um, it's an all-inclusive resort or whatever, so unlimited food. 40 kgs coming soon.
Oh no.
Um, nah,
Oh,
I'm just
fuck.
kidding, but
Hell, bro.
I might have to put on like 10 pounds.
Oh my God. Like, bro, you sick.
Yeah.
There's there's a super nice gym. There's a basketball court, so that'll be a cool looking video, cool looking dunk sesh. A little tropical
Bro,
place.
it's not gonna
So
be cool looking if you gain like 5 pounds.
No, that's why I'm gonna dunk the day after I get
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I got a plan.
Yeah, cool.
I'm gonna dunk and I'm gonna look great, and then I'm just gonna eat the rest of the time.
Good plan, I reckon.
I'm not gonna gain it.
We're gonna have to get
Probably.
you one. Oh my God.
The thing is, if I do gain a bunch of weight, I'm gonna lose it like 2 days after I get back. So, but I won't. I won't gain almost that.
Bro, it'll be funny. It's
But
like
anyway,
everyone's on like, for example, like JumpX knee rehab, JumpX strength cycle. Dylan's on JumpX weight loss.
JumpX weight loss, doing their
That,
program, JumpX
that boy
weight loss.
I'm shredding.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
All
Dylan.
right. Well, basically, yeah. So my schedule is Dominican Republic at the start of March,
Yep.
dunking with Hunter at the end of March, um, March, April, May. I don't have like anything solid planned yet. Probably will do group sessions, obviously with Minnesota guys, because I'll have a lot more time now that basketball's out, and I'll probably get Hunter to come down here a couple times. I actually might go there too. I do want to go down there because they got a super nice facility. So hopefully I can get down there eventually. Um, and then obviously June is dunk camp, Utah. So basically that takes up the whole month because I'm not going to do much else that month. Just going to prepare for that and then, recover from that. And then July, Wisconsin camp. And then August, I have something in August. Can't remember what it is. Um, then September, I have a dunk contest. So
Bro,
pretty
like
big.
I reckon low key, this dunk camp, like the Utah one, is gonna be like really good. Just based off who's going so far.
Yeah, I know. Like, there's, I can't remember everyone that's going, but I know that a lot of the Utah guys are going to be there.
Yeah.
Um, obviously, is anyone else coming from Australia?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, isn't Dan
Yeah.
and Stevie?
No,
No, no, no, no.
Dan,
Well,
Liam,
no,
AP.
you two, Dan. Oh, Liam's going too.
Mhm.
AP.
Yeah.
I think AP's going.
No, I don't think he
Yeah.
is.
Oh, really?
Wait, hold on,
Bro,
hold
did you
on,
see him
hold
do
on. Actually, wait,
360
wait, wait.
split it, dude?
I could find out right now. Hold up. Because I think
All right,
I
but
asked
then there's
him
this
months ago.
dude from LA, JP. I cannot remember his full name right now, but
Yeah.
obviously there's Hunter. Pretty sure Jeff is going. I can't even name all the people, bro, but I literally know like 50 people that are going, probably.
Yeah.
Like
There's
the
also a
Utah
guy from
camp?
Perth.
What?
There's another guy from Perth called Gavin. He's going from JumpX. The tall guy, the like
I'm
6'8" guy. I don't know if you've seen him.
I'm sure I have. I'm pretty positive I have. Cannot.
Bro, this camp
It's gonna be crazy, bro.
might be stupid.
There's so many people. The thing about Utah is that like that's like the meta of dunk camp. That's where like everyone like if you're gonna go to a dunk camp, you want to go to Utah. Definitely. Like if you have to only do one. But um it is at a different place this year, which is a little sad. But um it is again another super nice facility. But the other one has so many memories and stuff. So
Yeah. AP's not going.
the ribs are gonna be he's not?
No, he's not.
Dang, bro. I
Yeah.
saw him like back rim 360 spin the other day. Did you see that? I think
Uh,
he's probably jumping higher than ever right now.
I
But
don't think so.
Post
Bro,
injury.
I uh I really want friggin uh I'm full blanking on his name. Why am I blanking right now?
What's it like?
hold on.
Pardon?
Can I actually you know that brand I work for?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So my friend that runs that brand is actually here right now with a bunch of clothes, so I actually gotta go grab them. But so is it cool if I leave for
Oh,
like a minute?
Yeah.
oh. So we can do
All
a
right,
clothing haul on podcast.
yeah, maybe. All right, bet.
Do a
All right, I'll be
fashion.
right back.
All right, easy.
I'll be right
Yeah.
back.
So we're talking about right now, guys. We're talking about shoes, and
Yeah,
we're talking about the way away tens, and we're talking about the
I'm
fact
on
that
my feet.
way away 11s are like, probably going to be worse than the 10s. So like I'm low key like might pick up a pair of
I don't
10s
know.
Wait,
before dump.
They might be. They're either gonna be super good or just not as good. I don't see a way that they could make them better than the tens. So that I feel like the only thing that they could really do is just like make them as good as the tens,
which
Wait,
or they're just gonna.
the lows are
bro,
you talking
But
about? You talking about the lows or the high?
we're talking about the way of weight 11s. They're not out yet. We're just saying we're like predicting that they're not gonna be as good.
Yeah, but which 10 do you prefer? The lows or
I'd probably say the lows. I have both, but I'd probably say the
yeah, I've never tried
I
the
got the yeah, I got the highs, and
lows.
they're so
I
annoying.
think I
yeah
think it really depends on what type of like normal basketball shoes you wear. Like
yeah.
I've worn a lot of in recent years anyway, I've worn a lot of like Kobe's. Had a lot of like I've had LeBron 20s, I've had like Ja ones, you know. So I feel like the lows just like feel more natural to me just because
That's fair.
that's just like what I've been doing or what I've been like wearing a lot. The highs are still very good shoes. It's just like the ankle thing. Like it's not like just a little bit annoying sometimes. I don't know.
For a little bit, bro. It's like a it's like a mission to get them on. Like it literally like it turns me off wearing them.
You
Like
have to
just how
tie them.
hard they
You have to
are to get
untie
on.
them. You have to untie them like completely to get them on.
Yeah.
They do fit me very well. Like I would say they like I have no doubt that they're gonna stay on the whole session. You know, like it doesn't ever feel like they're gonna fall off.
Have you have you heard anything about the I think is it the newest Jordans, the 38? Is it the 38? I think.
I've I haven't I've never had a pair of actual Jordan basketball shoes.
Because the Jordan 36s, like
You have them? Don't you
they
have?
were like goated. They were like so bouncy, and the traction was like so reliable. Like
Really?
they were very good, and I'm not the only one to say that as
Yeah.
well. So many people love them, and they're like
Size?
perfect
Size
for
are you?
dunking.
What size are you?
15.
Holy, oh my. Yeah, everything's more expensive than 15, bro.
Yeah, I know.
If you're buying resale anyway, not necessarily retail, but yeah. I feel like I'm an 11 and a half, and I feel like my size is also like randomly super expensive. Like 11 for some way of weights, like size 11 is like 200, and then size 12 is like 200, and then my size is like 400. I'm like, are you serious, bro? I feel like it's just like super common size. 11 and a half.
Bro, that is insane. It's like $400 for
It
a
was
weight.
super annoying, bro.
Hey?
What size? Tom, what size are you?
11 and a half as well.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Jeez, I have to trade some shoes.
Hell yeah.
You have the lavenders, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
Um,
you have to like fully untie them as well. Come on.
my highs, yeah. My lows, I
Yeah,
don't.
the highs, yeah.
Bro,
What is?
I'm looking on GOAT right now, and it's like this is AUD, keep in mind. Like it's $465
Hmm.
for a size 10 and a half for like way 10s.
AUD?
Hey?
AUD?
Yes.
Yeah, that's like
Okay.
in
I have no
maybe
idea what that is.
maybe it's like mid 300 or something.
Yeah, it'd be like 360.
USD.
It's annoying, bro. I do really want to get another pair of tens before camp, but I hope that they just like release new ones because I don't really want to pay 400. I mean, at the end of the day, I'll probably just end up getting like the cheapest tens because I don't know. But right now, all the ones in my size are 300 and above, I'm pretty sure. Last time I checked anyway, on GOAT. So
Do they have any
I don't
news
know.
about when they're releasing the 11s, or is it just whenever they feel like it?
I've heard from pretty sure Shunker was like mid-summer. Might be wrong, but I don't think there has been like any actual announcement yet.
Right.
It- So yeah, but actually they just sent me the All City 12s. I actually really like those. Like those are probably like they're definitely up there with the tens. Not probably not as good as the tens, but probably definitely up there for me. I've worn them in multiple sessions recently. Those like yellow ones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love the colorway. I didn't get to pick the colorway, but they feel traction just like every other way away shoe, I guess, is pretty good. Not pretty good, it's very good. And then they just feel super bouncy too. So yeah, those are my two main dunking shoes right now, are the tens and the All City 12s.
Have you got the
I
old?
am.
But
You have the old City 11s?
no, the reason I wanted to get them, but the reason I don't is because they don't have 11 and a half for
Okay.
their all cities. But because I was getting these ones for free, I was just like, well, I'll just, hope that an 11 fits. And 11 fit me really good for some reason. So I guess I could get some all city 11s, but really no point now that I have the 12s.
Yeah.
I have too many basketball shoes. I don't know if I've showed you all my basketball shoes, but
I feel like I've seen a
I
photo.
probably you might have. I think I have I have probably I gotta think about it, 10 or 11 pairs that I rotate through right now.
You know, in my whole basketball career, I've probably owned about 6 basketball shoes.
It's crazy.
Uh, uh,
I don't know. I used to be the type of person to just buy a pair of shoes at the start of the season and wear it all the way through the season and then just like that was it. But recently I've just like in the past like 2 years I've just been really into shoes. I've
do
just
you
been
like?
buying.
Do you even feel like you can do that anymore, if that's even possible? Like, I feel like shoes were high quality back like 10, 15 years ago where you could do that. Whereas now, I feel like
The thing
they're not
is,
that way.
the only shoes that I buy generally are from like 10 years ago. Like if I'm buying Kobe's, they are from 5 to 10 years ago. Or I basically just have a bunch of Kobe's and then weight of weights. That's basically it. So
Yeah, bro, everyone raised on Kobe's, and I've only worn
the
Kobe's once actually, and when I was like younger,
which ones were they?
I think they were the Kobe 7 Elites with like the carbon fiber in them.
Yeah.
And I remember the traction being good, but they didn't fit my foot properly, so they were really uncomfortable. And
That's what I've heard is that Kobe's for the people that actually like fit into Kobe's really well, they're like super good, but then there are like probably another half of the people like just don't fit into them at all. They're just like useless to those people. So that's one thing that you got to kind of caution people like before you buy $1,000 Kobe's, make sure they actually fit you. So especially when you're buying resale, like you can't really return them a lot of times.
yeah, because that was a problem for me, and they weren't really that bouncy either, as well, from what I
Yeah,
remember.
it depends. It depends on the shoe. I like the fours, the fives, and the sixes. Um, but the thing is, and the eights are good. I haven't worn them, but I've heard that they're good. So it's basically just four, five, six, eight. Those are the I've worn four, fives, and sixes. I've not worn eights, but I've heard that they're good. Um, the thing about all of them is that I'd say they're like a lot better for basketball and not necessarily for dunking. Like they're super lightweight, they're super low to the ground, but they're not necessarily like the bounciest shoes. Although Kobe sixes are one of the bounciest shoes, but everything else is more just like feels good to play in. It's not necessarily going to make you jump super high.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that makes sense. Your favorite shoot, Tom, is like the K12s, isn't it?
He honestly now I've fully changed it to the All City 11s. To be honest, like I
What
just yeah,
size are you? Are you wearing size 11?
All City 11s. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I
That's
could get 11 or 12, and 12
so
would
what
be
color do you have? You
hmm?
have like the red and purple ones?
For the
Red,
All
purple, and
11.
black. Yeah, what colorway do you have?
No, they're like gray and blue.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I've seen you wear those. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, well, it's the dunk cam.
Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. All right, so we've gone over your plans for the future a little bit, I guess. All right, so you're taking a huge chunk of this year off, right? So then you can increase your vertical quite a lot and progress even more than you are right now, right?
Yep,
So, oh yeah.
I'm pretty excited.
Which is going to be super exciting, man. Like,
Break this
what
summer,
are your goals? What are your goals for the rest of this year, like dunk wise?
this year.
Under both.
Um, get under both, but yeah, that's on the list. I have, to be honest, bro, the list is way too long. Because I'd say like, all right, I'll tell you the big ones. Um, BTB obviously, but that's like a next month goal.
Next session.
360 East Bay. 360, yeah, exactly. 360 East Bay is like my big goal. Um, hide and seek is on there. Backboard windmill, need to hit that. Um, reverse 360 windmill, it's like Vince Carter style. And then basically just a bunch of variations stuff. Like, self bounce East Bay, backboard East Bay, self bounce behind the back,
Right.
stuff like that. And then
Backward East Bay is tough. Well, that's a
what?
tough dunk. Backward East Bay is a super tough dunk. Like in terms of
Yeah,
like how good it looks, but
that
also how
is
hard.
gonna take. You need to jump super hard for that. And then obviously what people consider my signature, I suppose, should probably hit that this year. Inverted scorpion.
That
But
one.
yeah. I kinda just wanna, although I guess I'm probably so probably ruining it by saying this, but I kinda just wanna like randomly pull it out like first try in Utah.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Hey, I don't know you had a dog.
Yeah. I'm being annoying right now. Go upstairs. Yep, there you go. But yeah, those are I say my main goals are 360 East Bay, backboard East Bay, and then behind the back. But I guess behind the back is, I don't know if I want to call it behind the back a goal for the year because I feel like it's like super achievable like right now. So I'm not sure. Thing is, all this could change. I have a lot of just like basically any dunk possible I want to hit, but a lot of it I do need to get higher vert, obviously. So that's what this summer is for. Just getting up to, I don't even know. I don't even know what I could hit. I also don't know what I'm at right now, which kind of makes it hard to put a goal on vert. But
Yeah.
I really want to get to like 45, but I don't know if that's going to be possible this year. But hopefully by
Also,
next year.
I'm sure you want to start working on off dribble variations, correct?
That that is another thing. Um I want to hit some crazy in-game dunks next year. Since I'm playing basketball next year. So I definitely want to be able to do dribble windmill like easily. I want to be able to dunk just simple two hands off dribble, like easily, because I
Yeah.
still can't even do that right now. Back scratcher for sure. Maybe even get an East Bay off dribble. I don't know, but yeah, I do want to like the difference between my off dribble vert and my off lob vert. I don't even know what the difference is, but it's at least 6 inches, probably more, probably closer to 8. So
I'm same way
I
though.
do need to,
Yeah.
yeah. But since I'm playing basketball, I really do want to prioritize that a bit. Upstairs, upstairs room. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know because 45 is like, obviously a big milestone, but that would be a 7 inch increase from last year. So I don't even know like what I would actually want my goal to be
Dude,
because I
like,
don't have like I don't have a real estimate of what my vert is because last year was not really good.
see, like, I wouldn't say it's an impossible. Obviously, it'll be a hard goal to achieve, but I wouldn't say it's an impossible goal to achieve just purely because you're going through puberty as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So that's a huge driving
Um,
factor.
yeah. I
So
just I just wish I knew what I was at right now, but I can't really test right now
we'll see soon.
because the thing is every single time I try to guess my vertical, I just end up being wrong and then I'm like all mad about it. So I'm not even gonna try to guess. But I wanna say I'm at 40 or higher, but I don't wanna, you know, say something that I don't know for sure. So
Did you say
all,
Jay?
all I
Did
know is but
you say Jay Rich was on your list? Because I feel like if you can hit an East Bay, you could probably hit a Jay Rich.
it was not on the list, but I definitely gotta add that.
Yeah.
I just recently hit that on 9 feet for the first time. Um, that 9 foot session I had like 2 weeks ago. But to be fair, I like had never tried it before. So
Was that two hand
or I
catch?
had tried it. I do those two hand catch.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Otherwise,
don't know. I do East Bay one hand catch, but yeah.
okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, the thing with like a J Ridge, right, is like people that aren't within the dunk community or know dunking well. Um,
They don't know the difference.
yeah,
Nobody knows the difference.
Mm.
yeah.
But
So that's where
it
like
is a big difference.
that's where I don't think it's a good dunk to do in contest. Unless the
No,
next time dunkers.
Mm.
it is painful to see people get bad scores on dunks just because people don't understand the complexity of it. But at the same time, you have to know that. You have to, do dunks that will actually score well. So
Yeah, gotta play the game.
like when I have that contest in September, I will probably be doing,
Double up.
double up, double up X, double up East Bay,
Oh.
um, push off, cuff windmill elbow, like, stuff like that.
Yeah, the one when you
Because I
like push
actually
up
can't.
and like,
No, like one that Jaime Jaquiz or whatever his name is. I just said that. I just killed that name. That was bad. But like that dunk where you just like push off, cuff windmill. I feel like I could low key elbow that. I feel like I can almost elbow right now. I actually got kind of close last weekend, jumping terrible. Hit like right here, hurt so bad. But I feel like with that push off, bro, especially if I'm going over someone like 6'5", come on, that
bro,
would
I
be
just have a
crazy.
random thought. Do you know Star Wars like a little bit?
Yeah, I've watched all of them.
Okay.
Not recently, but
But right
yeah,
now,
I heard
you're like,
Hunter was telling me you two are a little obsessed with Star Wars.
yeah, yeah. No, I was just gonna say
Yeah.
though, you're like episode one, Anakin Skywalker. Like everyone's just like discovering your potential. They're like, my goodness. Okay?
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully. Thing is, like, the only I'd say I have never really struggled like having people like think that you're gonna be good is great, but I do struggle with it sometimes a little bit because I do I do get quite a few people, especially younger people like my age, like, "Oh, you're ahead, you're gonna be really good one day." And I'm like, that's just something that I'm like bad about. Like I'm like, well, what if, my genetics only let me get to a 45? What if I for some reason stop growing right now, So it's just like I always am like, putting myself in these what if situations, and it's like
It's because you're humble, bro.
because yeah, I would like to think so, but it's like it's a kind of a scary thought. Like, what if I train for, the next 10 years and I only get to like a 47, you know? It's a great vert, but it's not
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
no.
goat status, Like I want to get there, man, but there is a lot of stuff that you have to consider when thinking about that. Or like if I stop growing right now,
Hmm.
like that's I don't think it's possible if I stop to be the best ever. It's still possible to be good at 5'10", obviously. Um, although maybe it is possible, especially like watching Dak jump. He like doesn't even like practice specific dunks that much. Yeah. I guess 5'10" long arms is probably possible. But yeah, I don't know. I just really want to get to 6 foot. Like if I get to 6 foot, more than happy at 6 foot.
Hmm.
I used to want to be like 6'2", but at this point, if I can get to 6 foot, I'll take it. We're only grown like half an inch in the last year, so not looking too good.
You know,
Mhm. Yeah, well, you still
But
got time, man.
hopefully, although the thing is, like, I am like 5'10" and a half without shoes on, so that is one thing. Like I could probably consider myself 5'11" at this point, but I don't want to consider myself 5'11" until it hit like 5'10.75. You know, that's what I'll say. I start saying about it.
yeah.
Which honestly, I haven't measured myself a month or two, so it might be time.
Yeah.
Especially after that session I had a couple weeks ago. I just posted on Instagram today, actually. That session I hit my 30s bay. After that one, everyone was like, you can't be 5'10" anymore. It's like I am. Like I
Yeah, we
wish I
like,
wish I wasn't. Trust me.
yeah.
Trust me, bro. I wish I was not, but yeah,
Like
unfortunately
the second
still
you're not
five.
5'10", you will know about it, is what you pretty much need to say to them. Like,
Exactly. Like, bro, the second I
yeah.
grow and I measure myself, like it's going to be everywhere. Like you will never see 5'10", 16-year-old anymore. You'll be seeing 5'11", 16-year-old.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Well, I think that was a pretty good podcast. So
That was good.
if people don't follow Dylan, where can they find you?
Um, on Instagram at Dylan Haugen 23, on TikTok at DH23 YT, and then on YouTube, just DH23. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
got
And
a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of stuff
that's
coming.
spelled Hay.
H
Oh,
A H A
Haugen.
U HAUGEN DYLANHAUGEN. But yeah,
Oh yeah. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you guys in the next JumpX podcast, where we're going to talk about, I think the next podcast, Tom, we're going to talk about how you're training to get a 50.
Okay, we can do that.
This is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
But we'll see you guys then.
actually trying until 60, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, sorry, my bad, my bad. Road to
Yeah.
6.